Welcome to the Comicstorian channel, where we take comic books, video games, and movies, breaking down the lore and happenings that go on within these elements of pop culture, and we turn them into an audio drama, allowing you to keep up with your favorite elements while you go off with your very busy life. Today, we're going to be bringing you the conclusion of the Red Hood Prince of Gotham storyline. Quick recap as to what has actually happened. When DC Rebirth started, Red Hood joined up with Bizarro and Artemis to create the Dark Trinity. But eventually he discovered that Penguin had actually arranged for his own father's death. He went out to kill the Penguin, which caused Batman to stop him and kick him out of Gotham. So he went to the Midwest to stop a gang that had been causing problems out there since there were no superheroes. It was on that journey that he discovered an individual that claimed to be his father, except one element was missing that would prove that he was his father. Red Hood was then called back to Gotham by Wingman to come and help out with the crime situation there. And this is a very short story arc called The Crime Prince of Gotham. Red Hood has returned to Gotham and has decided to take up residence in a rather unique location. If you do enjoy this video, please consider supporting us by going to our Patreon, where we release most of our videos early access and give you unedited versions of our podcasts. Anyway, let's continue our story of Red Hood as he now returns to Gotham. Gotham City. Despite everything people read in the news, the city is not the scariest, most dangerous place in the world. Okay, maybe it is, but it's more than that. They have a wonderful nightlife, despite all the PSAs about their astoundingly high crime rate. Tourists flock by the millions annually. Sure, there are some places that are a little less friendly, but see, 5 miles offshore, they can have nice things. This place is called the Iceberg Lounge, a place where no one is discriminated against. The rich, the poor alike, are both welcome to lose everything at the Berg. And right now, it's under new management. The floating casino now is watched over by none other than Jason Todd. Why would he ever take over a casino? Because he wants to do his part in cleaning up the city. Susie Sue, well, she was brought in to help keep things under control when some of the patrons decided to, break the rules. And it's not just her. The rest of the sisters Sue are here. Blanc runs the books. Candy was eager to join the waitstaff. Anastasia performs on stage. And Knight, well, she doesn't trust anyone. Great dealer. Then there's Wingman. Literally, he's Wingman. Probably a long story, but no one's bothered to ask him it. But it's not all fun and games, especially when members of the Falcone family have just lost a considerable amount of money. They yell at the dealer, stating that the game is fixed, and if they don't get their money back, they're gonna melt the place down. Jason smiles, telling them that he certainly hopes they don't. What can he do for them to make this the most unforgettable night of their lives? Because he'll do anything. Well, how about for starters, Miguel here brings them to their exclusive igloo suite while they look into this egregious charge. Bunker, out of costume, tells the three that if they would, they could follow him to the suite. The three follow Miguel upstairs, and then he bows as he opens the door to the most luxurious room in the lounge. The Falcones look around, stating that this is it. They're finally getting what they deserve. Miguel tells them that he is certain no one will argue that. That's when the bricks start to pull out of the ground and they form a circular prison, trapping all three of them inside. As the ball falls into the waters below, Jason asks Bunker if he's sure that it'll stay airtight all the way back to the docks. He shrugs, telling him, probably. Hopefully. Later in the evening, Jason heads back to his office to go over Susie's report when suddenly there's a blinding light that shines through the window and bangs on the door. Dog runs over and starts barking, so Jason tells her to come back and get away from the door. He's pretty sure he knows what's coming next. Jason watches as the bat jet flies by and Susie opens the door with Batman charging in, punching her into the ground, knocking her out. Jason calmly drinks his champagne, asking, should I pour another? You are out of your mind if you think you're gonna get another attempt at playing the bad guy. Jason tells him, haha, you got it all wrong. Penguin disappeared all on his own. Batman yells, if anyone else would have told me that, I would have believed it. But instead of staying out of Gotham, you've returned. That was a big mistake, Jason. As Batman steps forward, Jason holds up his wrist, telling him, all right, take me in. Batman pauses at the willingness of Jason to come forward, but Jason continues. Oh, wait, that's right. It was Red Hood who shot Oswald Cobblepot in the face. Certainly there would be a perfectly reasonable explanation why Batman's bringing in one of his foster sons to the Gotham City Police. Batman pauses. Jason asks him, what's the matter? Forgot your bat cuffs? See if they can convict me. Send me to Arkham. Wouldn't it be a riot if I wound up in the Joker's old cell? Batman grits his teeth as he turns away, jumping out the window. Jason tells him, "Stop by any time, Dad." He then shuts the balcony door, thinking to himself that he wasn't really lying. Penguin did run. He just ran into an impenetrable panic room right over here in the Burg, and he's locked inside of it now. Jason pours himself another glass of champagne, raising it up to the fish tank behind him. And on the other side, Penguin beats on the glass, with Jason going on, stating, "It's sad that I can't see the Penguin through this one-way illusion of depth. Can't even see a thing. But I do take solace knowing that Penguin will see his empire crumbling before him, and there's not a damn thing he can do about it." Meanwhile, in the 1,000 acres of all, a white-haired woman is holding a sword walking through the swampy marsh, stating, "I know you're here. I've always known." And a voice calls back to the woman, stating, "What do you want, Essence?" Essence tells the floating sage that they need to talk, Mother. They need to talk about the mistake that she must long last rectify. They need to talk about Jason Todd. Mother floats for a moment in silence and then says, "Damn." Elsewhere in Gotham, at Gutter's Fine Fish Products Factory, a butcher is whistling while he throws the next batch of fish into the grinder. A lanky shadow opens the door, telling the butcher that they are needed. The butcher then asks, have they been summoned by the Penguin? And the shadow says, "Worse. We haven't heard from him in a week, and we have to find out why." Back over at the lounge, Jason walks through the game floor when he notices a blonde woman at the bar staring back at him. She waves, stating that he probably doesn't remember her, but her name is Isabel. They used to date a while back. While Jason goes to rekindle an old flame, there's an explosion that shakes the entire casino. Everyone begins to run away from the smoke, but through it, 5 men step through, and the shadowy man from before tells the others that their boss went off the grid a week ago. Which means the 5 aces have been activated. We have to find Penguin. But just as the 5 men are about ready to move out, the lanky man asks, "What the hell are you looking at?" Susie, along with the other sisters, tell him that the sisters Sue are here to kick their butts and toss them overboard as poorly dressed shark food. "Take them down, girls, hard and fast!" A brawl erupts as the 5 sisters begin fighting. They notice the leader of the group disappears. Elsewhere in the casino, Jason tries to lead Isabel to safety when they're suddenly shot at. She tells them, "Look, if you need to kill this guy," but before she could finish, a layer of bricks forms, shielding them from the gunfire. She asks where the hell did the wall come from, and Bunker walks up holding a briefcase, telling them, "That would be me. But if you could follow me, our insurance premiums would skyrocket if you were wounded or killed on the property." As Jason takes the briefcase, he opens it and he smiles, telling him, "Damn, you really are good." Seconds later, he bursts through the wall of bricks and lands, telling the leader that he's pretty far from the 1,000 acres of all. The man throws some guns, asking, "How did you?" And Jason finishes, telling him, "Know your all cast? I can smell the lot of you from a mile away." The man draws his sword, stating, "I've heard of you. Others have spoke of you. You were the chosen one." Jason lunges at the man, telling him, "Damn straight I am. Now that sucks for you." Moments later, Susie runs into the game room, shouting and asking if Jason is in there. Jason stands in front of a smoldering pile of ash, taking his mask off, telling her, "Yeah, I'm here." Susie then says that they cleaned up the 4 aces, but one got away and they aren't sure where he went. So Jason takes a drink and tells him, "I'm not sure. Just be glad all our people came out okay. I'll get maintenance to take care of, this mess." But before, in another plane of existence, Jason picks himself up, battered and bruised, staring at an unimaginable horror. He tells the giant creature before him that he has 2 choices. Let the kids go now or be killed. Or free the kids and be killed. The creature opens up its gaping mouth, asking if Duca chose to send a child after him. The devourer of young souls? She has lost none of her humor over the millennia. Jason holds out a glowing sword, stating that she didn't choose him. She just knew better than to try and stop him. The creature laughs, asking, "Is that the All-Blade? In the hands of a human? How the All-Cast has fallen. You expect me to cower and fear over a single weapon?" Jason smiles, telling him that the All-Blade is the physical manifestation of one's soul. As you can see from all the swords, clearly, I have a lot of soul. He then wakes up in a fountain. The old woman Dukra tells him that he is welcome to stay among them. He'll always have a home in the All-Cast. Jason says someday he'll return, after Batman and the Joker's heads hang from matching pikes in the center of Gotham City. Meanwhile, in current day Gotham City, Bunker gets to work with the repairs in the casino, heading into Jason's office to get something. Penguin bangs on the glass, shouting, asking, "Why did I insist on a soundproof room?" As he sighs, he hits his head against the glass, and Bunker stops and looks back. Over in the 1,000 acres of all, Essence sits before a fire and calls out, "Essence, the first daughter of the All-Cast, summons you from the grand beyond." The fire flares up and an image of the Ace's leader appears, and he shouts that he must be avenged. Essence tells him that he lost the right to be avenged when he walked away from them. She compels him now to tell her the last thing he saw before dying at the hands of Jason Todd. The man says he saw Jason's eyes, and there was nothing there. The one who once walked among them, he is gone. Essence waves her hand, dispersing the man's specter, stating, "And now, so are you." Meanwhile, over in Paris, Jason walks into a perfume store, and he tells the cashier that if she would like to live, leave. She runs out of the store, so Jason kicks in the back door, stating, "You made a good choice." He grabs the guard standing on the other side of the door. Several people sitting at the table then shout at him, asking, "What is going on here?" The woman at the head of the table stands up shouting, "Euro Blanc," has no time to waste dealing with the hired assassin, Red Hood. One of the men calls out that they were summoned here by the new owner of the Iceberg Lounge, Jason Todd. And Jason tells them, "You got it all wrong. Todd works for me. He's the public face that handles the business interests. I didn't call together the 5 biggest crime families in all of Europe for nothing." Another man asks, "Then you would be able to tell us what became of Cobblepot then?" Jason tells him, "Look, if I knew where Penguin was, I'd give him up in a heartbeat. He hit a mountain of expenses when Jason took over the lounge. Probably the same reason he left town in the middle of the night, like a coward." Another man calls out that it was not Penguin's establishment to sell. They have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into the Iceberg Lounge to keep their money clean. Jason tells him, "Yeah, about that. That's why I called you all here. I'm not in the laundering business. Too bad for you." Laser sights all begin to target Jason, and another man says that he's going to call the casino to have them wire all their money back. If not, he will not leave here alive. Just then, Jason's phone rings, so he grabs it, telling them, "Hang on, give me a second to dump this call." He hits the button and Wingman appears and tells him that he just wanted to give him a status report on the situation up top. In short, they're locked and loaded. Give the word and the international board meeting becomes a smorgasbord. Lasers start to drop off one by one and Jason asks, "Are you done?" "Smart. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute pleasure not doing business with you." Back at the Iceberg Lounge, Penguin is snoring as he sleeps against the glass when he hears a sudden knock. He opens his eye and Bunker asks, "Senor Cobblepot, a moment of your time." Later, as Jason returns to the city, Wingman drives Jason to the docks asking if everything's okay. He says, "I guess, Wing," and Wingman tells him that he's been meaning to ask him about that. First, they were at each other's throats, but he saw past that. He even hooked him up with a job. All this time, he's never really asked his real name. "How do you know you can trust me, Jason?" Jason tells him, "I like to keep things simple. Betray me and I'm gonna kill you." Wingman tells him that is, fair. As Jason hops on his boat to head to the casino, he looks at his costume, stating that after Artemis and Bizarro, you'd think he'd learned his lesson. All these people around him now, they're growing on him. But just then, the mist swirls around the boat and Jason sighs, taking off his coat, stating, "Haha, there she is. She wants to stop me. Fat chance of that happening." The All Cast is a warrior cult dedicated to protecting humanity from an unspeakable evil. Jason suits up and says, "They don't usually like to get involved with anything besides the Untitled. I should be honored, Essence." Essence appears before him, stating that it's not something that he should be making a swell of pride with. She knows what he's planning to do, and she's here to stop it. She reaches up for Jason's mask, stating that she's not sure whether to kiss him or kill him. But his smile, it's gone. He tells her, "Well, yeah, we're a long way from the 1,000 acres of all." He goes on asking, "What did Dukra think of this?" And Essence says that she had to be convinced. She really doesn't want to hurt him. So Jason puts back on his mask, telling her, "I'm not really worried." Just then his surroundings change, and Essence takes him to another plane of existence, thinking to himself that he is the only human to be trained by the All-Cast. Essence was the only heir to the throne that she ever wanted. It was never going to work between them. She thinks fighting on this astral plane was going to throw Jason off his game, but she couldn't be more wrong. She kicks Jason back, and Jason tells her, "Okay, maybe I'm a little rusty." She tells him that her mother was wrong to take him in to teach him their ways. So he charges forward, swinging his sword, stating, "Maybe not. Maybe she just saw more in me." Essence knocks him back, telling him that he broke her mother's heart when he left. He broke her heart as well. She lunges with Jason knocking her back, stating, "Stay down, please!" But she jumps into the air, shouting, "Never!" She showers Jason with energy bolts, and he tells himself that it worked. He took a risk to make her angry. Now let's hope he lives through to collect on it. He falls to the ground with Essence's sword in his chest, stating that when they started their training, he took the All Blades. She chose the Blood Blade. She yells that she can slay evil and carry it forever in her blade. He has no idea what she is feeling having to kill him. And he laughs, stating, "Don't feel too bad." Just then her body is sucked into the Blood Blade and she asks, "What is the meaning of this?" Once she is trapped within the sword, he pulls it out of his chest, stating, "The All Blade is a manifestation of what passes for his soul. The Blood Blade became a sacred trust, to never draw the blood of an innocence or be trapped within it forever." He looks at the sword, stating that she made the same mistake everyone else does. Jason Todd, the Red Hood. He's not evil. or good. He's just practical as hell. Later, he staggers into his office, placing the blood blade into a safe, and then he hears a click. He looks back to see the Penguin sitting on his desk with the gun pointed at him, stating, "Wah!" Jason slowly raises his hand, stating that he's kind of surprised this didn't happen sooner. Penguin grips the gun, stating that he has one question before he shoots. Why get involved in something so suicidal? What does the Red Hood have over you? Jason pauses for a second and asks, "You don't remember?" Penguin says, "I got shot in the eye, kid. There's a lot I don't remember. Plus, I was at the grand opening of the ice patch when I woke up in a hospital missing an eye." Jason lowers his hand, stating, "I was a hired hand by Red Hood. He's the one who owns the place now." Just then, Penguin gets ready to pull the trigger, and Dog jumps up, biting Penguin, causing him to miss the shot. Jason runs over, taking the gun from the Penguin, and the Penguin asks, "You can't really believe that I'm afraid of you." Jason tells him, "No, not me. But Red Hood had a meeting with Euro Blanc a few days ago. They're eager to talk to you about the money that they were laundering through the casino." Penguin jumps to his feet, shouting, "Out of the way, I'm ruined! Everything I've worked for!" Just then the wall bursts open as Bunker shouts for him to stop. Penguin jumps up, cheering, "That's it, Miguel! Nail this crap to the wall!" Bunker tells him, "Just a moment," and he forms a wall around both him and Jason. Jason asks, "Were you the one that let him out of his cage?" And Bunker tells him, "Absolutely. When I first came to work for you, I believed in you. I believed in you until I found that the previous owner was being held hostage, starving, filthy, and dehydrated." Jason shouts, asking, "Do you even know what the Penguin does? How many families he's ruined? Can't you tell the difference between me and a homicidal maniac?" Bunker lowers the brick, stating, "I thought I could." As Bunker breaks through the window and the Penguin escapes, Wingman flies down, stating that he can get the wing ship in the air and blast him out of the water. Jason tells him no. Penguin is wanted by an international cabal 5 times larger than his own organization. Everything came together in the end. Wingman takes off his helmet, stating, "Wait, you never planned on killing him?" Jason tells him, "No, I just wasn't gonna let him off that easy. I just needed him off the table while the game was reset. Taking away everything that the Penguin cared about was my goal." Seconds later, Susie bursts in asking what the hell happened, and Jason tells her, "Yeah, you're gonna want to get a broom or a mop for this." So she punches Jason in the arm, stating, "You had me confused with a maid." Jason then says, "Not at all. As the owner of the Iceberg Lounge, you're gonna need to take some pride in this place." After a few moments of silence pass, Susie says, "You're serious?" She hugs him, stating that she never wanted a life of crime for her sisters, and she just gave them a second chance running this place. Later, as Wingman drives Jason back to the docks, he looks up at the city, stating that he can sit here and marvel at the view all night. It looks majestic, like she could hold you. Jason tells him, "Yeah, but she's a liar. No matter how much faith you put in her, Gotham will always let you down. No matter how much of yourself you give, it's never enough, is it?" He jumps off the boat, and Wingman says that he's more than he'll ever know. He always has been. He takes off his coat and he touches the Batman tattoo in his arm, stating that he couldn't be more proud of his Prince of Gotham. And for those of you who don't know what that means, Jason stated earlier when he thought he met his father, that his father had a Batman tattoo in his arm to remind him of Batman. And when he thought he had met his father, he discovered it wasn't his father when he was missing the tattoo. So the tattoo in his arm implies that Wingman was his father. But anyway, a short while back in the city, Jason gets ready to leave town when a small Brainiac drone stops before him in the middle of the road. An image of Lex Luthor appears, and Jason asks, what could he possibly want from someone like him? Lex Luthor tells him that he comes with an opportunity. He learned everything about a so-called hero under the mentorship of Batman, and still he died. He became a villain pretending to be a hero, and then a hero pretending to be a villain. There's a new generation that could use the talents of one named Red Hood, and he could learn from the experience. He's offering Red Hood the chance to get it right where Batman got it wrong. Jason sits up on his bike. "All right, I'm listening, Lex." And there you have it, the conclusion to everything that we were building up in the Red Hood storyline. Since this does bring most of what was going on to a close, being the conclusion to the whole thing with Batman, to the Red Hood, Artemis, and Bizarro thing, pretty much everything that was going on, I kind of consider this the conclusion to the initial Red Hood Rebirth storyline. It looks like after the whole situation with the Dark Trinity, they decided to go off and try something else, and at least in my opinion, I mean, I love the Red Hood, but I don't think it worked out quite quite as well as the Dark Trinity storyline. Now, if you're wondering what happened to Bizarro and Artemis as they've still been missing, we're going to be releasing an annual very soon that apparently closes out their entire storyline and shows you how they're getting back to the main Earth so that they can join Red Hood and maybe be a part of what's going on or be against what's going on. We don't really know. If you're wondering about that Lex Luthor thing, that's an event called The Offer, which is leading up to the Year of the Villain, which is an event that we are also covering right here at Comicstorian. So if you want to see more of the Red Hood adventures, if you want to see more of this Year of the Villain involving Lex Luthor, then please consider subscribing to our channel. Give this video a like, let us know in the comments down below what you like about the Red Hood, and I will see you next time right here at Comicstorian. And like I said at the beginning, if you do want to support us even further, we have the Comicstorian Premium Membership Service, where we give you videos 3 days to a week in advance over on our Patreon. We also put up the unedited versions of our podcast, giving you a behind-the-scenes look and a bunch of other bonus content, which includes a lot of the new episodes of Comicstorian that are going to be rolling out very soon. Either way, thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and I will see you next time right here at the Comicstorian channel.